escaped last night. Are they dangerous, did you hear?
Yeah, they tried to kill a guard.
Uh-oh.
Tried? He isn't dead? I must be losing my strength.
It's the prison food. Don't worry, you'll be yourself again pretty soon.
Hi, welcome to Mimi's Place. And today, the patron's poll is the Bible, science, and manifesting consciously, and how this all works. And because you've been doing it unconsciously, everyone is. Okay, and the world you see around you is the story we've all spent together as humanity. And then there's your own individual story, and what works for humanity works for each individual inside humanity. That's really how it works, you know. The meek inherit the earth. Everybody all together, you know, you get what you get. This is what you got, you know. And when you see life objectively, you want to rage for change. You want to, you know, do things like that. And now you're learning it's a subjective life, not an objective life. So you start to look at things subjectively. And the Libet Experiment discovered that the conscious thought in your head did not cause you to move. Okay. And it freaked him out. There's no free will. Blah, 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 blah. You know, so yes, there is free will. You thought it. That's what happened first. Okay? You thought it. You were given an instruction and you accepted it. Okay? And in the experiment, the instruction was they electroded them all up on the head and then said, you know, push this button whenever you feel like it and write down the time, note the time. And they discovered that, you know, the conscious thought, you know, did not make the movement. The movement happened before the conscious thought. There's no free will. But they left out, you gave a direction that was accepted. It's about the thinking. You know, you're studying thinking here. So they gave a direction and it got thought of and sent down to the heart. Okay, we're going to do this, you know. And then, so then now you understand it's this consciousness that makes you do what you've accepted to do. Okay, because he's the one consciousness. He's everything comes out of him. Okay, including you. So that's what this experiment, unbeknownst at the time, proves. You know, and freaking him out because he's thinking no free will. Well, no, they had the free will to do your experiment or not. They had the free will to accept this is all a bunch of shit. It's not going to work. You know, whatever. They had free will to choose whether to accept your instructions and do the experiment or not. You know, if they weren't going to do it, your experiment your way, then they would leave the experiment, right? Yes. So yes, there's free will. Okay, you get to choose the thought. Up here, it's automatic. This consciousness up here is in charge. Okay, it's automatic. This one here presents to this one here what it's been thinking. If you let you do it, you break it. You break it all. So you don't get to do it. He does it. He's the Father. He's going to teach you. And then he's going to wash it away. Okay? When you say uncle, when you give. And that's what's going on. You know, it starts up here. It starts with a desire in the heart. You know, you want something. You're feeling strongly about something. You see something that others have that you like and you want it too. You know, so you can either start plotting and planning how you're going to take it all away from them. and manipulate others and backing you up and taking it away from them. And who knows? You know, imagination goes crazy both ways. You can dig all kinds of silly, crazy little holes. You know, but if you keep the focus on, you know, would you do that? Well, no. Then why would you think they're doing that? Oh, yeah. You wouldn't do that. No. Okay. Don't think they'll do that. Okay. You know, you can't keep going back there and looking at that creepy crawly stuff. Because now you're sending that thought down to your head, to the one that presents. It moves through your head, down to the heart, and back again. And this is what the Libet Experiment was showing, that, you know, you took the thought in that I'm going to press the button when I feel like it, and I'm going to note the time, you know. And that went to the consciousness on the heart. So it said, okay, I feel like pressing it, press it. You know, note the time. You know, then it comes into your head. Now it's getting recorded. Something made you start moving. Another consciousness, the one in your heart. Now, the Libet experiment was done in the 80s, and science had not discovered the heart in the brain in the heart until 1991. And even to this day, they have not connected these dots, you know, because they don't take the Bible as man's true history and journey story, and it is. It is. You know, it tells you, listen to your heart, go with your heart, be righteous in your heart. The I am, you know, be righteous for your I am, the one in your heart. Love everyone, you know, like you love yourself. Think of yourself, you know, with love and respect everybody else. You know, be hospitable, be kind, be generous, give. Dad'll give you more. Don't worry about it. You know, that's not what you worry about. You worry about what's in your head. How are you seeing others? How are you responding? Like thoughts and beliefs attract like circumstances, conditions, events, and people into your life. You know, and when you really start taking this on, then for a while you're still afraid. It's the fear of God. It's the fear of what He's going to present to you that keeps that mind clean, you know. And then when you've walked the journey enough, it's just you're tired of it. You know, that's enough of this bullshit, okay? I've had my fill. I don't want to see this anymore. This is just, no. I'm tired of playing the game. You know, it's got to be better. There's got to be another way. I know there is. You know, bam, 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 you start getting hit with this stuff. And we're going through a generation that's, well, 2 generations at least, probably 3, that, well, yeah, I know it's 3 and 4, of millions and millions of people who've been doing this. But the majority of them were doing it to get stuff and taught their kids how to do it to get stuff, you know. And in the 80s, they called it self-esteem. And today, they're, you know, all over with self-concept. Well, it's really about, you know, if you love life and admire and respect yourself, then you admire and respect everyone else, regardless of whether you like or dislike what's coming out of their mouths. Or what, you know, really what they do. You forgive them for it because you were playing the story with the rest of humanity, and you played a part in it. You thought of it too, you know, and that adds fuel to the fire. Okay, you're putting the fire out by removing the fuel. You take away your attention. That's the fuel. Okay? And, you know, when you get anointed with oil, you're all shiny and everybody's looking at you. You know? You're the flame. So it's about really understanding that, you know, the outside reflects the inside, and it's about what you're filling your mind up with about other people. Don't worry about the caca and shit. It's time to start, you know you can get that stuff. If you watch my stuff, you know you can get that stuff. And if you're having trouble getting that stuff, I'm happy to help you with that. But this gets you that stuff and more, okay? It gets you a wonderful life, you know, away from pills and drugs and worrying about what food you eat and is the air dirty and, you know, the sun's going to kill me and all that other stuff. It takes you away from all of that, okay? Because it's all a silly story. And some you buy and some you don't. You pays your money, it takes your choice. You know, you give your love, and then you bought it. That's what that means. So it's just understanding you're not going to buy that anymore. I'm not buying that story anymore. Okay? Now, you can't make me knee-jerk anymore. And the way this manifests itself, you know, in most individuals' lives, and so you see it in humanity as well, is it's taken too far. You know, you have to take it too far so it hurts, you know, and then it's no, you can't cross this line, no. Another way of looking at the Libet experiment is people who are put under hypnosis, and they'll go around, you know, being like a chicken. But if you try to tell them to jump off the top of the roof of a building, they won't do it. This one's in charge, okay? And it's not going to let you do that. It knows what's going on. Duh, he's in charge.
Who exactly are you?
Well, that's the question.
I demand to know who you are! I don't know!
Uncertainty causes fear and doubt, and then you start going down the hole and doing stuff, and then comes the guilt, you know, and you're just piling it on. You know, you have to lose those creepy crawlies by understanding who you are. You're the child of God. You're here to learn, and you learn from experience. Don't sweat the small stuff, okay? Don't sweat it. Start taking a look at your life, all right? And seeing what is actually being presented to you. Remove the stories, all of them, and look at it, you know, and note what is actually going on. You've been dreaming about the boyfriend, and here he comes with flowers, and it's all great, but you're worried in your mind something bad's going to happen, something bad's going to happen. You've been setting the story up for days, you know. Wonder when he's going to pull the rug out from under me again. You know, I can feel it's coming. I can feel it. You know, there, you set it into motion. And knowing these laws without thinking about it, you know, you knee-jerked and fell into the story. You know, and you're double-minded because you're using these laws to get the things you want, and get your boyfriend, and get your girlfriend or whatever, your special person. But you're not actually thinking about what you think about them. Okay? Now, in my life, the Libet Experiment was something I read about in the Scientific American. It was a magazine I really loved. And it described all this. And I thought at the time, because my husband, when he hit me in the mouth before we got married, you know, he told me he meant to open-handed hit me, but his hand just turned into a fist, And he didn't know why he did it, and he was just crying and pretty devastated. Only I had no sympathy. I was the one, with teeth in the middle of my mouth, going, what the fuck? And so when I read about the Libet experiment, I was like, man, something's harshing up. What does that mean for us, and what happened to us? Something else made it? Yeah, And then later, once I discovered the laws, I realized, well, for months he'd been hitting me, and I was making it worse. Well, I guess this was stopping. My teeth are in the middle of my mouth. Guess what? That's exactly what happened. It stopped when my teeth ended up in the middle of my mouth. He's forgiven. It's forgotten. I did it to myself. You don't just do it to go get stuff. Because once you do it to go get stuff, then it, of course, keeps going. I want a special person. I want great people in my life. I want this, and so you think about that. Wouldn't it be great to have tons of people who just, do this or that, or, go to parties, or whatever it is you like to do. Everybody likes to do balloon rides, and so, and that starts happening, and that's cool, and you like it, but eventually you are unknowingly, unconsciously judging, because you don't know that part of the story. You haven't read the Bible, you don't understand it, you take other people's words for it, instead of reading it yourself. And it's one of those books that means something to everyone, no matter what layer they're in. No matter what state of consciousness you're in. It can help you. It will help you. So it's understanding that. And then, when you get into looking at the actual words and the names and what does this mean, you start to discover that words like the Greek word for with passion is compassion. And, today we mean that to wallow in their misery with them, have compassion for them. Give them a break. Yes, give them a break. But that's not what it meant from this higher level of consciousness. It means see them better with passion, with feeling, with emotion. Don't you worry about it, darling. You're not going to stay here for very long. Not at all. Come on with me. You're rising up right this minute. Some chicken noodle soup. It's going to be all better. Don't you worry about it. Okay? You'll be fine in the morning. Now just drink it. Drink that soup. It's not going to hurt. And they do. Because I like all the fussing. It's not the soup. It's the loving. It's the loving that went into the soup. It's the loving on you. You're going to be just fine. Okay, I will. It goes right down to your heart and you're fine. Okay, you're fine. So, but you have to drop it. Okay, yeah, I'll be fine. You're fine. Wow. And that chicken noodle soup is just great. And you'll go on and on and on about that thing. The virtues of chicken noodle soup. But it's you. It's, it's how you think. It really is. Well, I hope this helps. The Libet Experiment shows, unbeknownst to them, that you do have free will. You get to choose up here what's going to happen, what you're going to do. The end. It goes down to your heart. This is the consciousness that presents. Okay? And it sends the message up. Now you feeling like hitting the button. Okay, hit the button. And it's like, you know, hit the button. And you start to hit the button. And then it gets into your head. Hit the button. That's what freaked him out. It's by milliseconds. It's coming from this consciousness. You're putting it on this one. Okay, and you don't have to keep doing it. You just accept it. Okay, that's my end. You know, and don't think about it anymore. Now you just do. Yeah, I feel like hitting the button. Feel like. That was the instruction. When you feel like hitting the button. So, I hope this helps. Blessings to you. And thank you. Thank you for being you.
Things don't work out right, do it all over again next year.